So go again. Right, so we will start nice and gently. Just hopefully you can see me. Give me a little wave if you can't, and hopefully you can hear me. So find just a nice position, about hip width apart, feet facing forward. And we'll do a little bit of footwork to start with, but find a nice stance. So think about dropping your shoulders, allow them just to be nice and loose and relaxed. Think about narrowing in from the side of the hip, so you've got a little bit of engagement through your inner thighs. And then we will take our focus to our feet, give them a little bit of a love. So all I want you to do is sort of lift the toes off the floor, spread them as wide as you can, and place them down again. And again, lift the toes off the ground, keeping the heels and the balls on the ground, spread them wide and place them down. And one more, lift the toes off, spread them as wide as you can, and then place them down. And we'll build on that. So we're going to lift the toes off, spread them wide, and if we can, we're going to tap the big toes down, keeping the other toes off the floor. So if you might need to look at what you're doing, might help if you move your thumbs as well. Whatever works. Trying to get some independent movement through the big toe joints. Starting to wake up the side of my legs, so it might be the same for yourselves. And then just place them down. Bend and wiggle the legs a little bit just to loosen off again. And this time we're going to lift the toes off, spread them wide, place them back down on the mat. And this time we're going to lift the big toes up, keeping the other toes down, place the big toes down, then lift the other toes up, keeping the big toes on the mat, and place them down. So alternately lifting and lowering big toes and all the other toes. So of course we've done this sitting before, and that gives you a chance to hold your toes down. Just a couple more. We need our feet to be woken up this morning to give us a nice foundation. One more for luck. And then change your stance. So I want heels together, toes at about 10 to 2. So ballet first position. And simply again, squeezing in at the hips, holding for a count of 10. So you feel an inner thigh connection. Keeping the legs straight and then relaxing. And I like to breathe out to squeeze and think narrowing in at the hip joints. So you're getting a real squeeze of the bum, squeeze of the inner thighs, squeeze of the calves and the heels together. And relaxing. And again, squeeze. Keep breathing as you count to 10, roughly-ish. And relax. And again, squeeze in at the hips. Squeeze those legs together. And relax. And one more just like this. Squeeze, sinking in, because when we come onto our bridging, this is the narrowing I'm talking about, squeezing into the body from side to side. And relax. And build on that. So we're going to come up onto our toes, and today's all about balance and finding some strength. So do that narrow and squeeze, and then for a count of 3, 2, 1, come up onto our toes, a hold for 3, 2, 1, and come down for 3, 2, 1. So we're staying with our heels together, toes at 10 to 2 all the way. Narrow and squeeze, 2, 1, hold, 2, 1, and down, 2, 1, and squeeze, 2, 1, and hold, 2, 1, and down, 2, 1. That's it. Squeeze and hold and lift and hold, 2, 1, and down, 2, 1. Squeeze, 2, 1, and hold, 2, 1, and down, 2, 1. One more basic one. So narrow and squeeze and lift and hold and down. And let's build on that with some rotation. So again, narrow, lift, 2, 3, and take your arms up. And this time, keep the hips forward as we breathe in and rotate. 2, 3, you can open your arms and hold, 2, 3, and center, 2, 3, and down, 2, 3, and relax in between. Then narrow and squeeze and lift, 2, 3, rotate, 2, 3, and open, 2, 3, all the time. Holding your thighs, squeezing them together, squeezing the bum, getting it working. And 2, 3, relax. And one more. Up, 2, 3, rotate. 2, 3, and open. 2, 3, and up. 2, 3, and center. 2, 3, and down. 2, 3. If you need to wiggle, we'll do the other side. Realize I'm going all the same side, so squeeze it and lift. 2, 3, rotate the other way. 2, 3, and open. 2, 3, and arms up. 2, 3, and center. 2, 3, and down. 2, 3. So all the time you're lifting, you're sinking tummy button into the body, hips facing forward as you rotate, chest going one way. I've lost my rhythm, can't talk and do. One more, so squeeze and lift. 2, 3, rotate. 2, 3, and open arms. 2, 3, up. 2, 3, and center. 2, 3, and down. 2, 3. Okay, walk it off, march it off a little bit. We'll add in some squats. Are you all right, Jackie? Can't hear you, but trust you to do what's working for you or not. So we'll start in, same position, heels together. So keep it small, hands behind your head, because again, it's all about the balance. And we're just going to bend the knees and squeeze the bum to stand. So not very low at all. And squeeze. And down. And squeeze. And down. So a little bit of Pilates bar work this morning without a bar. So definite balance challenge. And one more. Now this is where if you're feeling dodgy in the knees, don't go too low. But if you can, bend the knees, then peel the heels off and come as low as you can for your balance, squeezing the bum, squeezing the inner thighs to come to standing. And bend and down. That's it. Lovely. So keeping the knees in the same direction that they start. And bend and down. And lift. So I like to think of myself sitting on a hydraulic lift. That's all I can say. And that thought, squeezing the bum, lifts you up. One more if you can. And down. Tummy button to spine, squeezing the bum to lift. Good. And then bend the knees and pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Brilliant. Shake the legs out a little bit and then take them wider. Toes still 10 to 2, hands behind head. We are just going to do 5 squats. So again, keeping the knees in line with where the toes are going. And stand. And 4. And squeeze and stand. And 3. And squeeze and stand. and 2, and squeeze and start. Final 1, and stand. We're going to add on a side bend, so you're going to take one elbow down to one knee as you squeeze and stand. And the other side. Keep focusing on the hips staying central, bottom staying central. You're just getting some lateral bending. And the knees, everyone's knees look great. Oh, I'm tired already. Do a nice coffee and cake. Oh. And couple more. And stand. And over. And stand. One more set. And bend. And stand. And over. And stand. Keeping hands behind the head after you've had a little wiggle. We're going to bend the knees, take the heels off, and just go down a little lower and stand. So peel the heels off and bend and stand, heels down. That's it. So toes at 10 to 2 if you can. Going as low as you can control, thinking about tummy button to spine and all of the squeezing the bum, doing brilliantly. Up and bend and up and down and up and bend and up and down. One more, up and bend. Actually stay here and pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fabulous. Oh, nearly there. Right. So we've done double legs. Oh, she says, do single legs. So we want to take a big step forward. So you're nice and wide stance on your toes on the back leg. Think about shifting your weight towards the back leg so you're nice and straight and your bum is in the middle. Soften that back leg. Keeping the hips facing forward, keep the bum going down. Just going to bend, but focus on the front bottom, as in the bum on the front leg rather than anything else, squeezing you up. So although we're squatting with both legs, you'll really want to focus on the front leg doing the work, because the natural tendency will be to sit back and do all the work on the back leg, but I want the front leg. So you really have to use your imagination to focus on the bum of that front leg doing the work. So you might not come all the way to a standing stance. You might stay slightly bent at knee like I am. And I'm trying not to allow the front knee to go over the front foot. So trying very much to stay central. One more. This time, stay in this stance. So if you need to just loosen off, come back to it. I'd like you to lean forward. So in a nice long line, arms out in front, chin nodded, so head between your arms. And you're going to press the arms back behind you, lift the heart and peel the heel off the front foot and come back. So your body stays fairly stable, getting some tricep work and some work around that front leg. So I'm feeling it already quite heftily. So if you need to stop or just focus on the arms, do 2 more. So press those arms back. Oh, shaky, shaky. Final time. Brilliant. It's hard. Come to standing. March it out a little bit. We will loosen off. And then we change sides. We have to do it all again on the other leg. Joy. Sometimes I do regret my choices of exercise. So nice wide stance. Bend the front knee, just soften the back leg and make sure those hips are central and facing forward. And we just bend down, thinking about the front leg doing the lifting. So really squeeze that front bottom leg. Sorry. That's it, lovely. Jeanette, lift your heart a little bit. Take your weight slightly further back. Yeah, that's it, yeah. A little bit more challenge. Elaine, think downwards rather than forwards as you squat. So again, think the bottom going down towards the back leg a bit more. 2 more. That's it. And then we're going to reach forward with our body. So think nice and long, lifting the heart, arms out in front. Allow the head just to nod between the arms. Press them behind you, and as you do that, lift the heel off from the front leg. Allow the shoulders to relax and drop away from your ears. So again, all the work is coming through from the armpit area. That's it, good, Jackie. I know it's a toughie. So this is all great. Bone conditioning, body conditioning, balance conditioning. Muscle aching. 2 more if you can. That's it. Good, Elaine. Lovely, Jeanette. Final time. Oh, hell. Hell on earth. Achy, achy. Burny, burny. Oh, march it out. Get rid of that tension. Final set, standing pretty much. So more stepping back and lifting, but this is again for balance. So I want you to take a big step back, center yourself, because we're just going to lift one leg up, knee towards the chest and away. So if you want to use your arms for a little bit of support, do. So it's just a step back and a lift. And again, the focus is on the bum on that front leg, doing the heavy lifting. Tummy button to spine for balance. That's it, fantastic. And do 2 more, and on your second one, you're going to hold it and balance. You said falling over for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Brilliant. And then change sides and do it all again. So nice step back and lift the other knee. 10 and 9 and 8 and 7 and 6 and 5 and 4. Good. And 3 and 2. And this final one, step back and then lift it and hold it up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes. Brilliant. Well done. And come to the end of your mat. And we're going to end up on the floor, but we'll do a little bit of rolling up and down first, or down and up. So you want to face the length of your mat, and we'll adjust cameras in a moment, but just nod the head, allow your shoulders to relax, draw the tummy button into the body, allow your arms to hang, your head to hang, gradually, gradually, slowly, slowly roll down, keep the knees bent, little breath in at a low point, it doesn't need to reach the mat, squeeze the bum, squeeze the tummy button to spine, and gradually, gradually peel up again to come to standing nice and tall, ready to go again. So nodding the head, allowing the head to be really heavy, allowing the shoulders to be heavy, allow them to fall forward. Think about your bottom going up a wall behind you, reaching a little bit lower this time, allowing yourself to hang gravity to work, breath in at the low point, breathing out, tummy button to spine, squeezing the bottom. Gradually standing nice and tall. This time bring the arms into it, so sweep them up to the sky. You can lift your heart a little bit, lean backwards and nod your head, bring the arms back down. Allow them to be really heavy. Allow the shoulders to be heavy, allow everything to drag you towards the mat. If you can reach the mat with your hands, just allow them to soften. Breathing in, breathing out, tummy button to spine, squeeze the bottom, gradually standing up again. Open the arms out to the side, up to the ceiling, reach for the ceiling, lift your heart to the ceiling, get a stretch through the tummy area. And final time, open the arms, nod the chin, nod the head, allow the shoulders to be really heavy. And we're going to peel down all the way to the mat. And bend the knees. Coming down onto the mat. We'll stretch out a little bit here because we've done a lot of work on the legs. So I'd like you just to kneel forward, similar to how we ended last week. So you're opening up the hip at the front of the back leg. And then again, just reach the arms to the ceiling. Try not to put too much pressure on the back, so think dropping the shoulders and just reaching tall. Coming back forward, sitting back and changing legs here. So nice step forward. Think lifting up out of the hips, lifting the ribs up towards the front leg. Arms down to start with. Focus on the back leg. Just stretching out a little bit. Then lift the arms up to the ceiling. Nice and tall. And then folding forward again. And unpeel yourself. So you'll see, I can see everyone actually, so that's all right. Hopefully you can see me. Come to sitting. And Jackie, I know this is really not a comfortable exercise for you. So for you, I'd like you to do some curl ups. But keep everything flat and sliding the ribs as normal, so hands behind the head. Jeanette and Elaine, sitting nice and tall. Sorry. Feet flat on the ground. Think about that width through the toes. Shins or your hands, palms pressing into the shins. And as we sit here, we're going to curl forward, pulling your tummy button back, curling your upper body forward towards your knees. So you've got a little bit of pressure through the shins. And sitting tall again. And so breathing out, tummy button drawing in, getting a nice curve through the back. And then sitting tall. And again, and keep going, breathing out. Then keep your chin and neck nice and long so you don't need to look at the ceiling. Okay, good. That's it. So think about sliding your tailbone between your knees as you curl forward now. So you're increasing that rounding. And you can lift your arms off your legs if you want, just to get a little bit more movement. So it's like a seated pelvic tilt. So curling forward, sliding your tailbone away. So you're having to hold it through your abs. And this time come to sitting and lift the arms up again. Reach for the ceiling. Keep the chin nodded and some length in the neck and lift the heart. And then go back to that curl. Sitting forward, nicely on the sit bones, lifting the arms up. That's it, lovely. One more, curling forward, because we all know where this is going. So arms out in front. We'll do our half roll back. So hinge, send that tailbone away as you've been doing. Take it to a point that you can hold, that's not comfy, tummy button to spine. And then we're going to straighten one leg and place it down. And then straighten the other leg and place it down. And if you can, stay there, repeat. Final time on the other leg, shoulders nice and wide. And then curl it forward. Use your tummy button drawing into your body to curl forward. Sit tall and hinge. Slide the tailbone away. That's it. Tummy button nailing yourself to the floor as you extend one leg. Place it down and extend the other leg. And place it down. Hold it there if you can to extend. And place it down. Everything should be shaking. Certainly is for me. Then curl it forward, tummy button to spine to help lift you up and over your knees. To sit nice and tall. One more set of these. So hinge. Keep smiling or start smiling. Extend a leg and place it down. Doing brilliant work. Extend a leg and place it down. What else would you want to do on a rainy Tuesday? Extend a leg and place it down. Final time, extend a leg and place it down. Tummy button to spine and curl it forward. Sitting tall. Hinge, send the tailbone away and we'll sweep one side so we get a bit of rotation. Come to sit tall. Hinge, sweep your arm across the floor and sit nice and tall. So hinge, sweep, that's it, lovely, good. So we're getting work through the lower back, through the upper thoracic a little bit. One more to each side. That's it. Final side. Lovely, brilliant, well done. Oh, fabulous. Let's roll over onto your sides. And we will start with doing some more rotations. So knees bent up. I'd suggest getting your blocks or a cushion so you've got somewhere to go and have them further behind your head. I'm just going to tweak my camera, hopefully so you can see me a little bit better. So nice setup for this is using the front of your mat as a guide for your lower legs. So you want to think underneath shoulder, away from the ear. You're sitting in an imaginary chair, palms glued together. And then as you breathe in and keep the knees together, breathe out. Just allow your chest to open, allow the arm to come towards the floor, but it only goes as far as your chest will rotate. Breath in to hold, breathing out, coming back. So nice, simple, flowy motion. Keeping the hips stacked on hip, knee stacked on knee. And make sure you don't pull the shoulder too much. So really focus on where the ribs are rotating. So you're having to hold the arm to a certain degree. Jeanette, you can watch that arm go so you're not twisting your neck. That's it. So it's all about the chest opening. That's better, good. And a final one. And then extend both legs away, long underneath arm if you can. And again, It's quite nice to have a cushion or a pad between the underneath arm and then head to support the neck. Think length through the upper body, underneath waist, drawing away from the mat, and we'll do a double leg lift. So breathing out, tummy button to spine, lift and hover. So again, very low hover. It doesn't have to be a big banana shape. And breathe in to place yourself down. If today you find you're rocking forward and back, you can have a hand in front for balance. You want to think about the inner thigh of the underneath leg, doing a lot of the work. And if you feel any pinching in the lower back, just angle those legs slightly further forward. That's it. Any tension in the neck, make sure you're just turning your head to look at the mat as you lift. That's it. That's looking really nice and stable. Good. Jackie, try not to roll backwards. That's better. 2 more. So all of this work, getting those inner thighs, doing some work. Final one, once you've finished, lift that top leg to hip height, keep it there. So you want to think someone's pushing you away or pulling your leg away from you, and then think again, inner thigh of the underneath leg, just to lift and lower. So there's no change in your foot position, your head stays down. And it's just that inner thigh having to work hard, and then you're working your outer thigh, obviously, in your side glute muscles to keep that top leg in the air, hip height. Trying to keep any tension out of the shoulders as well, nice and relaxed. So you can keep your top half down. That's it, Elaine, good. Just allow the feet to relax. Really use the connection of your thoughts to the muscles that you're trying to work. It's the pattern of movement that the brain controls. So it's muscle memory. That's it. 2 more. And then from there, choices. You can either stay lying down and just bring the underneath leg forward, and we'll do side kicks here. Or you can come up to kneeling, which is harder, a lot more work, both on the knee that you're standing on, so to speak, the shoulders and the underneath. So choose a level that you're happy with. If it's not going to work for you, come down. So it's 2 kicks forward, squeeze of the bum to take the leg behind. Keep going, and you're trying to keep the leg at the same level as it starts. That's it, fab, Elaine. Good, Jeanette. Brilliant, Jackie. I do too many of these, so it's quite tough. Good. 2 more if you can. Lovely, yes, anchor that down. Brilliant, brilliant. We'll work up the levels again. So we'll do the shell. So come down to a comfortable position. Again, it's all about the side, the glute medius and minimus even. So lifting as you breathe out, keeping the feet together, lifting the knee and breathing into close. So again, either a hand behind the pelvis, which is quite nice, or a different way, you can just have a hand behind the head, and as you open the knee, open the arm. That also gives the connection that where the shoulder goes, the knee can go, but not beyond. It's another nice way of anchoring. 2 and 1. And we'll take it up a level. So come onto your forearm. Think lifting the underneath waist, coming up onto the knees, hand behind the head, and again, open and close. So breathing out to open and breathing in to close. And out to open and in to close. So again, don't allow your body to rock. You're lifting up through the side of your waist, keeping rock solid. 2 more. Final one. Come to sitting. See if we can take that up 1 more level. So come onto your knees again, but this time you're holding yourself up with a long arm. Hand behind the head. And we'll do our saluting frog. So open the leg and extend. Back in and close. Open, extend, little star in and close. Open, extend and in and close. Bring open, extend and in and close. Final time, open, extend and in and close. Brilliant. Come back to sitting. I was going to say it's all legs, but it's not. It's a lot of upper body as well. Let's try our side plank again. So top leg is crossed over the underneath leg. Knees are bent. And again, if you want to stay down on your forearms, you can focus on that lift and keeping some length through the neck. Otherwise, arm away. Think about the hips facing forward, boobies forward. And then we press into the feet, squeeze the inner thighs, arm to the ceiling. If you want to add a rotation here, think turning your chest, keeping your hips forward, threading the needle underneath and down. That's it. So it's all about the control. Lifting, lengthening away, hand comes up to the ceiling, squeeze those inner thighs together. Turn the chest underneath your body, unpeel, come to sitting, and final time. Up. That's it. Rotate the chest, keep the legs glued together, hips facing forward, unpeel, and back down again. Oh, marvelous. Yes. If you need to, just wriggle everything and then roll over onto the other side because we have a little lie down. Back with the cushions or the blocks. Sitting in an imaginary chair, so knees bent up, shins in line with the front of the mat. Get yourself comfy. Draw the underneath shoulder away from the ear. And then we lift the arm towards the ceiling. Rotate and watch where your arm is going. Keeping the hips stacked and knees glued together. Breath in to hold. And breathing out, tummy button, spine to help rotate the body back around again. And use this as a nice release. It's obviously doing work, but you want to have a little relax because you know what's coming now. So watch the arm go, Jackie. Turn the neck as much as possible. That's it. So breathe in to lift the arm. Breathe out to rotate. Breathe in to hold. And then breathe out Draw tummy button to spine to help rotate back to the start. That's it. Have 2 more. And then your final one. Once you're done, no rush at all. We lengthen the underneath arm, both legs away. So you're on the side of your body, thinking underneath shoulder, drawing away from the ear. And when you're ready, breathing out, squeezing the inner thigh, the underneath leg, just to lift and hover you up and place yourself down. So legs are angled slightly further forward if you need to. Thinking lengthening away as you breathe out and lift, and breathing in to come back down to the mat. And it's always nice to notice whether one side has felt more stable than the other, whether you have to work harder on this side to control any rolling forward and back. That's it, lovely, very nice and stable. Brilliant, good Elaine. Lovely Jeanette. Yes, Jackie, that's good. We'll have 3 more. So breathe out, squeeze and lift. That's it. And then final time. And then lift that top leg to hip height. Allow the feet to relax. And then squeezing the inner thigh up and down. So again, if you need a hand in front for balance, do that. Hopefully you're not looking at what anyone else is doing. You're just working with how your body is feeling. Because we're all put together differently, all got different creaks and groans. And how we feel day to day is different as well. So it's really important to work with where you are on any given day. Jackie, roll forward a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Breathing out to lift it, breathing in to lower. That's it, good. 2 more. And then we have our wonderful side kick. So whatever version you want to do, so you can stay lying down, angle the bottom leg forward, lift the top leg to hip height on your forearm, or come to kneeling. And again, depends, it might be too much, decide Jackie on your shoulder, and then lift the top leg to hip height, and 2 kicks forward, and squeeze behind. So not sinking into that shoulder, there's length. Trying to keep the body stable, just allowing the leg to move through the hip. That's lovely, Jeanette. Good. Well done. 2 more. It's such a hefty one. And then almost a release. Come back down to the mat for a while. Do our shell. So remember, find a hip over hip again, knees over knees, feet together. They should be roughly in line with the middle of your bottom. And again, opening and closing So breathing out to open, breathing in to close. I think I've gone completely blank. Why not? That's it. So trying not to rotate the body at all. 2 more. Final time. And then come on to your forearm, come up onto the knees. So start to strengthen again. Hands behind the head and open and close. So you're having to work the muscles on the outside of the underneath leg as much. No sinking into the shoulder. You're thinking tall and proud. 2 more. That's it. Fantastic. And then I think we came up, didn't we, onto our arm to do our sexy frog. Or saluting frog. Whatever you like to think. Oh, I really do hope you ate tomorrow, because I know I'm going to. Oh, fabulous. 2 more. Final time. Oh, lordy, lordy. Still got the side plank and twist to come. Gosh, I'm really, really sorry. Anyone who wanted a nice, smooth, gentle class today. So either on your forearm, again, long arm if not, top leg over underneath leg, and we think press into and squeeze the inner thighs to lift you up, squeeze the bum to lift you up, and then think about rotating the chest around and arm underneath. Unpeel and down. She says falling over. That's it. Brilliant, Elaine. Squeeze the inner thighs together to give you momentum to lift over your armpit and rotate the wrists, ribs even. Unpeel and down. And 2 more. And squeeze and lift. Rotate. Unpeel and down. Final time. And squeeze and lift. Rotate those ribs. Unpeel and down. Oh, amazing. Well done. Yes, stretch the arm across the body. Give the wrists a little bit of a shake. And then we will roll over onto our fronts. Get a little back extension. So again, if you want a cushion or a pad underneath your forehead, I think we will just do the arrow down here. I was going to do swimming, but I think it would be much nicer to relax a little bit. So pubic bone earthed, shoulders rolling forward, just nice and relaxed. Slight squeeze of the bum. So you breathe in, lift the shoulders away from the mat, breathe out, slide the shoulders down your back, heart reaching through the crown of your head. Breathe in, rotate your arms, so thumbs to the ceiling, and breathe out. Relax to the mat. So breathe in, lift the shoulders, breathe out, reach them down your back, hovering the arms, reaching fingers for toes. Breathing in, rotate the arms. And breathing out. Place yourself down. Allow those shoulders to fall forward. So you get a big difference as you breathe in to lift them away from the mat. Breathe out, slide them down your back, reach fingers for your toes. Remember, crown of the head reaching away. Thumbs and arms rotate as you breathe in, and then breathing out, place yourself down. So nice, slow, controlled, slow movements. Breathing in to lift. Breathe out, slide and hover the arms. Breathing in to rotate and hold. And breathing out, placing yourself down. And 2 more. Breathing in to lift the shoulders. Breathing out, reach the arms down your back. That's it, lovely, Jeanette, good. Down, final time. Breathing in, lift the shoulders. Breathe out, reach, finger for your toes. Thumbs to the ceiling as you breathe in. And then breathe out, place yourself down. Then roll over onto your back. So we'll do a little bit of bridging. Nothing behind your head for this. I like what we did last week, so I'll add that in. But now, think about that narrowing, squeezing of the bum into the body to lift, and you think knees over towards the toes, and squeezing of the underneath, and then placing yourself down in one fell swoop. So that narrow squeeze and lift, lengthening knees away. Really trying to focus on getting those hamstrings to work as well. And down. Keep going, breathing out to narrow and lift. So you don't want your pelvis lifting too high. You want length away from your body in a nice long line. That's looking lovely. And then coming back down. One more basic one. Narrow, breathe out and lift. Squeezing the bum, squeezing, 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 and place yourself back down. And we'll add on from there. So narrow, squeeze the bum, lift the leg away, and then just extend one leg, and we will hold it there for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the leg and come back down. Narrow, squeeze and lift. Still thinking lengthening the way of the top of the body. Feet wide and flat on the floor. Extend the other leg and squeeze the standing leg for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knees and place yourself down. Slight change. I'd like you to have the soles of your feet together. So you're on the outside edge of your little toe and heel. We will bridge in this position, assuming you can, it's all right for you. So same thing, narrow, squeeze the bum and lift. So we're just working a different area of the glute muscles and the different part of the thigh here. And come back down, so breathing out. Exactly the same. I find I dip to the left, I'm working extra hard to try and keep stable, and it might be because my feet are pointing left, so really have a quick moment to notice where your feet are and adjust them accordingly. So you're lifting as you breathe out as normal and coming down as you breathe in. One more, and we're going to hold it up there, so narrow squeeze, breathe out and lift, and then we're going to pulse bottom up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And coming back down. Hug those knees in just for a moment to have a little breath. If you want to stir some paint, do that. Coming up to the end of class already. This is so not good. Okay. What I'd like you to do is roll over onto your hands and knees. We'll do one more little leg exercise and then we'll finish with some balance work standing up again. So we're basically doing our dog, and I know we did this the other day, I think. So make sure you're in your nice hip over knee, shoulder over wrist position, creases of the elbows facing in, tummy button to spine as you lengthen an arm and leg away, either along the floor or into the air. And the same focus, lengthen the back of the neck, trying to keep the pelvis in the same line as you change over. That's it. So thinking shoulders away from the ears, extending away. So we're getting a little bit of a stretch through the back of the hamstring. extend. And this time, keep your hands on the floor, and we're going to extend the back leg. And we'll do our hot potato here. So slowly cross it over the bent leg, lift it back up, and tap it the other side. So we're tapping one way, and then the other. So it's fairly simple. A little bit of a stretch as well as work. One more to each side. Then bend that knee in. Lengthen the other leg away, lift it up, and then take it over. 2 taps. 2 taps. 2 taps. That's it. Nice and stable. One more. And then bend the knee in. Roll over and we will just stretch. So you're sitting with your legs together, as long as you're comfy there. You can do one leg at a time. And think lifting up out of the hips, lifting forward, reaching your arms towards your toes. If you can get there, feel free to hold your feet. Otherwise, you can hold the back of your thighs and think about pressing the back of the knees into the mat. So get a nice stretch. If it's too much on the back or any of it, you can just come to standing. And then release, give the legs a little bit of a wiggle. And just one more set. So think lifting up out of the hips, reaching forward, aiming your chest towards your legs. Think about pressing the back of the knees into the mat a little bit further to get that stretch. Wonderful. Release yourself, unpeel, roll over onto your hands and knees. Tuck your toes under. Gradually, gradually, gradually roll up to standing. Wonderful. So let's finish with some nice extra balance work. We've not done this for a while and it's so important. So we're just going to peel one foot off the mat. And if you're happy to, we're going to hold it in the air. So you want to think squeezing the standing legs, thinking as tall as you can out of the hips as we hold it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you can, keep it in the air, just place it on your shin, turning the knee out. And if you're happy to, you can go into sort of more of a yoga tree pose. Keep breathing, thinking tall and long. Oh, I'm going to fall down, not. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, without putting your foot down if you can, just grab your foot, bring your knees together. See, standing on mats is no good. You might find more stability on the floor. And here you want to be thinking tall again through the body. Balance-wise, it helps sometimes if you just place a finger in your tummy button for some reason. But none of you need it. You're doing brilliantly. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And if you've got room behind you, extend that back leg, hitting the wall, reaching forward into Superman and holding it there. So again, don't sink into your hip, think tall and long, shoulders drawing down your back. Someone's pulling your arms away, pulling your legs away and holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gradually stand up. And we try the other side. Oh, it's a hefty end. The sun's coming out, so all is well. So peel a foot off the floor, the other leg. And again, it's so interesting to notice whether one side is stronger than the other and works how you expect it to, or whether you have to work it harder to stay stable. Keep breathing, thinking tall, crown of the head reaching to the ceiling. That's it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Turning the knee out, base of the foot to the calf, standing tall, arms to the ceiling. Reach them to the ceiling, reach crown of the head to the ceiling. Reach the top of the pelvis to the ceiling. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms come down, unpeel the leg. If you can, reach for the foot. Bring the knees in line with each other. Still thinking nice and tall. So stretching out the quad, the front of the leg as we do this. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and 2, and 1. And then it's back to our Superman. So you can take a leg behind you, thinking tall out of the hips. Someone's pulling your arms and legs away from you. The more length you feel, the more strong it becomes and easier it becomes. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gradually bring that leg down. Give yourself a shake. Oh, you've done fantastic work today. That was a toughie. Well done indeed.